And this is the biggest problem. The biggest problem is that obviously artificial intelligence will be controlled by by some people or some capitalistic heavy companies, or maybe some maniacs, criminals, North Korea regimes, or whatever. They will use the power, and then there will be two kinds of people: the one who got the power of artificial intelligence and the one who doesn't have it. You see? And that's the worst thing ever. The scenario is really dark, and a lot of people say like, no, you see too much dark and everything. I think the people who are underestimated most to see the danger are people, who have a really big imagination. And I got a really great imagination. People ask me like, hey, have you ever thought about the COVID, that it will blow up in such a proportions? Of course. I can imagine even worse scenarios with artificial intelligence. It's obvious now that artificial intelligence will somehow interrupt the American elections, and I think that American elections of president, this year, this November, will be somehow some symbolic peak point of this pivot year 2024, where everything will go down the hell, and to cesspool of the mankind. So I predict there will be civil war in USA, and there will be much more things happening, and obviously these elections will be controlled. The elections will be already controlled, or will be, some people will use artificial intelligence to influence the elections. And we know this maniac Donald Trump, with his IQ 85, what will be his reaction if he won't win the election. It will get so much complicated, and there are so many scenarios which are running on my head, and it's really scary. So obviously there will be a lot of deep fake videos, and a lot of people will copying other people, which is already happening, saying some alarm, news to the world. Then there will be accelerating some technologies like self-driving cars, the data, the smart houses. So this information will leak out of, obviously, and things will happen like your car will lock you up for no reasons, for example, or you will be just driving somewhere and the car will scan your eye and say, hey, I ordered you, Daniel, for next week. I locked the wheel, you cannot drive now because I just check out that your eyes are that you have some problem with your retina, it's peeling off or whatever. You're not allowed from safety reasons to drive now. And then you are in middle of fucking desert or somewhere, right? And the car will lock you up, you die by hunger or fucking, thirst. You are in middle of fucking Arkansas on your road trip, but the idiotic artificial intelligence will not evaluate, it will evaluate the risk that you in the middle of desert, that you're driving, that you will die by car accident more than that you stay somewhere with your car isolated in some hostile environment. It's just an example which I'm really improvising, or once you have this fucking AI, because we will all have our own personal IA, servants or robots or people who will do just everything. So the next generation after smartphones and social networks, like before was MySpace.com, always these generations were different. It was not able to transfer it. So now it really fits to it, because now you will, for normal things, you will just, like you use your fucking phone, it's part of your intelligence. Without this you cannot survive. Now you will need it more and more. Or you will need this artificial fucking bullshit intelligence. We don't know what is this GPT, if somebody is inside or it has its own awareness, that shit. Now IQ of GPT 4.5 is 151. Einstein was 180. So we know that within 1-2 years it will be 10-15 many times smarter than us. So, for example, other problem could be that this fucking agent of yours will book your appointment at the optometrist because it evaluates your retina that something is wrong with it, and this data will be stolen in the cloud, and somebody knows that your house is empty when your appointment is on Thursday 5 p.m. and within this time the burglars will deactivate your smartphone fucking house, get in. I know what you're saying, like, no, this is all science fiction. No, this is not a science fiction. It's coming very fast. It's exponentially speeding up. So now you will have people who use artificial intelligence and the people who doesn't. The people who doesn't use it, there will be like people who now, for example, reading paper newspapers or having these fucking cell phones, not smartphones, these normal phones, you know, or it will be like you are now in analog with landline, you know. You cannot fly to another country, you cannot vote, you cannot go to your bureau, you cannot do nothing, you cannot order pizza. Imagine I give you now without your smartphone on the street, on every at least quite developed place, just like even in Lima. Here without my smartphone I'm fucking dead, you see? I'm dead. You see, imagine you are in New York or Zurich, you know, and to be without the artificial intelligence will be like you remove from me my smartphone and you just give me fucking paper map and, you know, and you tell me, hey, find your way here, there, you know, call some people, book your ticket at the airport. So you have to go and you have to find what? You have to find some agency which is open, right? Travel agency. I want to go to Paraguay, right? So I have to on the Monday go, but how I will search it out? I have to find some computer with the keyboard where I go on internet from internet cafe, good luck with it, you see, to find some travel agency where I go to book my ticket. That's how you would feel like without smartphone when you will not use the artificial intelligence, your servant or your agent, or, you know, so these agents who are thinking and they regaining conscious, you know, and they are not dependent on us, they starting to oversmarting us. And the thing is that people will use this power. That's the biggest threat against each other. So there will be some kind of super intelligent people using this super intelligence with these elements of super intelligence and artificial intelligence, and there will be people who are not using it. So you will be like this lady. That's who you will be if you don't use artificial intelligence. You will be living like in 17th fucking century, you see? That's what you're gonna do, right? Or you will be like a person who is using it. The problem is that you have absolutely no choice. It will happen whether you like or not. So you will be forced to use GPT chat or to gain normal information which before you could gain by your smartphone through these new technologies. Yeah. So there will be, you know, tomorrow or next week I want to fly to Paraguay. I just talk to GPT and I tell her, find me the fastest way to Asuncion, capital of Paraguay, through from here, or to Bolivia, to La Paz, and it will pop out the shits in a couple of seconds, and I just click it and it's done. You see, some people will be forced to wait until Monday and go to travel agency to ask the human being to find on internet, you know, the air tickets. So you can see how people will be divided, you know, how people will be divided. And the worst thing is that some people have no access to the things. It was just example, Jesus Christ, with the searching of the ticket. It will be much more other things which we will be not able to live without them. You know, this incredible boost and accumulation of fucking technical, I don't know if progress or development, you know, two different things, will be so huge that within a couple of months we will not be able to live without this. Okay, it's first now. I will end here. It's the first part I want to tell you. I will go on